Hello YouTube and WordPress community! I hope you are doing great because today I'm back with yet another tutorial about pop-ups. Now I'm going to skip the part and the speech about pop-ups being annoying because today we are only going to concentrate on the fun and engaging side of pop-ups, and I'm going to introduce a tool with which you can get amazing results, and we will create one together. Also, further in the video, I will teach you how to create webhooks via Zapier and collect the information and leads that you get from pop-up and send it over to another tool, for example, Google Sheets. So if you are interested in all of this, without further ado, let's dive right in. So let's briefly understand why pop-ups do not outdate, why they are still in marketing campaigns. It's been years and years and they are still used and effective for businesses. The reason behind this is that pop-ups are context-based. So with pop-ups, you can show certain messages to certain people who visit your website. For example, if you are an e-commerce store and you have a sales page, you can show only a pop-up, countdown pop-up in that certain page where people are interested in already and create a sense of urgency. And there are literally hundreds of examples how you can engage people, generate leads with pop-ups, and they literally do not stop being effective if you do it the right way and with the right tool. So speaking of the tool, let's quickly see what PopUp Builder App offers and what you can do with it. So let's go. So first, let's check out its website quickly to speak about its features. Here you can see that it is a no-code pop-up builder, so it's very important because not all of us are developers and know how to know coding in general. It is mobile friendly, which is like a must for any plugin that you are looking for. Always make sure that it is mobile friendly. Why? Because now Google gives a lot of attention to whether your website in general is mobile friendly. So any element displayed on your website must be mobile friendly in order to make a good website. And it has 25 plus overlay functions, which are the pop-up types. So which is, again, this is actually already a benefit because most of the pop-ups usually are stuck with 10 pop-up types or 5 pop-up types, like the most famous ones, but these literally, as you can see right here, offers many of them, 25 plus, literally for any business, for any website. And among the most popular ones are the coupon, the live counter, and we have here the video type, the reviews, which are very important for social proofing your website and increasing conversion. And we have rating pop-up, which is called emoji feedback, right here, and the countdowns, which create sense of urgency, as I have mentioned, lead collectors, which in every other website you get a box which offers you to subscribe and get daily content, and rest of it you can literally explore by yourself depending on your needs. And if for any reason you do not get the type that you need, here we have the HTML box, which will help you to customize your own individual pop-up via HTML encoding. So this is it. So now let's go through its very quick register and setup in order to start creating. Now, in order to launch your first campaign, you will need to log in into to log in or sign up. I'm gonna log in because I already have a pro plan of the plugin. I'm using a pro plan. So here you will need to either log in or sign up. I've logged into my account. You can see that I have played around a bit, made some pop-ups. Now let's start creating a campaign. For that, click on Create Campaign. Here, let's add a name. Oh, we have a list of names here. Let's go with countdown, as I'm going to make a countdown. And here, let's include our domain URL. I'm doing it on a testing website. However, you guys, following these steps, you can get the same result on your actual websites. So I'm doing the testing part, so you do not have to. And here, let's click on include subdomains. So if you want, you can trigger your pop-up to all your pages, and you can see that countdown campaign has been successfully created. Now let's see where is our campaign. Right here in the campaign section, you can see the campaign right here. Let's click on it and start creating the actual pop-up. So this was the campaign name. Here you will need to add your notification, in other words, pop-up. Let's click on create notification. Now let's find the countdown collector. We have it right here. As I've mentioned, 25 plus pop-up types, all of them are included here. I'm just going to use the countdown collector. You can see that by default it looks just like this. Like you can even use the default, to be honest, default way of it, and just change the text and go great with it. And let's click on create. Now that we have created our first notification and it has this default look, we will have to customize it. So in the basic settings, you have to name your notification, your pop-up box, and here let's go with grab now. I'm guys making this up like right now, so do not judge my copywriting skills. Let's go with grab now. Okay, and then we have a title message. You can see that the title message is right here. So notification name is only available like for you, only you see the notification name, and here we in the title message you will see the title. Let's just copy this and paste this right here. You can add an emoji, for example, let's go with the time emoji. Okay, let's go with this one. Great. And you can write a description, and it has a live, like you can see a live how your pop-up looks like, so you do not get surprised if something goes wrong on the website, or maybe, I don't know, you make some grammar mistakes, or you want to change the copy, or in general see what it looks like. So here we have a description. Let's change it to sales for only today. Okay, oh, it's today. Okay, and we have the content title, which is right here. Hurry up. Let's just stick with like hurry up. And input placeholder. You can change the placeholder name as well, and then you can change the sign up button name. So you are signing up for a sales, I guess. This is the pop-up I'm making, and let's just keep it this way. And then we have the end date. Let's not like make it too like detailed. And also after submission you can redirect your users. So if you want to redirect them, just add your URL right here. Now let's go to the triggers. So here in the triggers section, we decide how the pop-up is going to open and close. Now let's quickly speak about a trigger types. So delay means that your pop-up is going to open after a certain amount of time that your user is on your website. For example, after 10 seconds, they are going to see a pop-up. Exit intent trigger types are those which open up whenever your user is intended to leave your website. This is especially good for like carts, whenever your user is trying to leave the cart or the checkout process, you can quickly show a pop-up, a sales or something that will make them like re-engaged and interested. And then we have the scroll percentage right here. So the scroll percentage type is the pop-ups which open after the person scrolls a certain amount on your website. For example, after like 50%, now you know that your user is actually interested as they are scrolling to your website. You show them the offer or whatever you have in mind, or I don't know, an ebook, a subscription pop-up. And then we have the mouse click, which also we can refer to as an on-click pop-up. This is when your pop-up opens whenever your user is clicking on a certain call to action or element. This can be like intended click, or you can just put it somewhere that you guess that your user might click, but in most cases this is like an intended click, right? And then we have a mouse hover. This is when your pop-up opens whenever your user hovers through like a certain element, again, in your website. So this was it about the trigger types. Now I'm just going to stick with the delay one. And then we have missed the where should the notification show part. So this is the display settings. You just if you want to trigger on all pages, by default it is this way. And if you, for example, want to trigger on one page, which I have spoken about earlier in the video, you just have to like undo this, let's say, okay, and you will have to like paste your URL, certain URL that you want your pop-up to open up in, and it will just like make the exact match and open up, for example, on your homepage only. But we are going to stick with on all pages type. And then we have if you are on open delay, you are going to configure how long does your pop-up is going to wait until opening up. It's on 2 seconds, just let's leave it this way. And we have the display frequency. So this is once per session. What does it mean? So if it's based on once per session, the same user will not see like the pop-up over and over again if she or he is constantly like reloading your website. This is to make your pop-ups like less annoying. If it makes sense, probably it does. So, and then we have whether your pop-up is going to be like mobile friendly. If it is, you are going to display on small screens and on large screens. This is totally up to you to configure it. And then we have here the display. Here you identify where your pop-up is going to be displayed, whether it's going to be bottom, right, center, top, middle. This is it. And then we have the duration of how long your pop-up is going to stay on your website. And you can also choose making a close button, which is highly recommended. Always do that, because sometimes people might get like very like annoyed by these pop-ups, and they might just leave your website because they do not know how to close it. There is no way to close the pop-up. So always display the close button. And then in the customize section, you like fully customize it. I'm going to leave it just like this. However, you have like background patterns, like you see this one. Okay, let's stick with this one. This is a very fun pattern, like a zebra. Okay, and then you have the background color, the border width, literally a very, very detailed customization. And last but not least, we have the data tab, which is for webhooks that I have mentioned earlier. So now let's see what this means and how we can make this work. Now let's understand what are webhooks and why do we use them. So let's say that webhooks are like a place, like hooks, which keep your data from one app into a hook holder and then direct it to another app. So this is like a third-party app that makes your data collection and redirection like automatic, and the name gives itself the meaning like webhooks, literally type of hooks that hold your data. So in case of PopUp Builder app, this webhook is connected by Zapier integration. One thing, keep in mind always, make sure that if you are using tools, apps, plugins which are intended to collect data to generate leads, always make sure they have integrations that will make your data collection process and storing easier. So this is what Zapier does, literally. In Zapier, you make a hook, and then if you create, for example, a campaign for lead generation and you collect data such as name, email, date of birth, it differs on what your campaign is intended to do. All this data is stored in your PopUp Builder app, in our case, or any other plugin that you are using. So all this data that is stored there is going to be automatically collected into your hook in Zapier and, let's say, connected to Google Sheets. So you store your data and then redirect it to Google Sheets where all your data is stored, and now you do not have to do anything like manually. So I hope you got my point and understood what I mean. If there are some questions or you do not know how exactly to get the result, let me know in the comments. Maybe we will make separate video on webhooks and Zapier and integrations. Now let's create a webhook for our campaign in PopUp Builder app and see how it works. Now, for that, go to your Zapier account. If you do not have one, you can quickly sign up via Google. It literally takes seconds. So in order to create our first Zap, as Zapier says, we go to create a Zap right here, and it will open up the editor.
One eternity later.
Alright, now we are going to choose the webhooks by Zapier. So as you can see, it is like premium feature. And via webhooks by Zapier, we are going to create our webhook. For that, we need to choose the event. So it is for catching a hook, right? So let's create on to catch a hook. I have already explained what it means to store your data into a certain hook in Zapier. After a setup trigger. So what is a setup trigger for exactly? So if you want to only store a certain data, for example, only emails, you can give that command to Zapier and it will request only emails. But if you just leave it like this, by default, it is going to just store entire payload of the webhook. So let's leave it like that, and then we have the test the webhook. So we need to copy, and then if you want to test the trigger, you can click on test trigger and you will see how it works. However, we do not need to do that as we need to make it quick. So here in the actions, you are going to connect the webhook with Google Sheets. So let's choose the Google Sheets, a spreadsheet. So we're going to create a spreadsheet. It is going to automatically create a spreadsheet for you and store all your data there. And then we go continue. Let's choose the account. So let's go with my account right here. And then, so you have to go with your Google Sheets account. And then we have the title. You can make the title, let's say, PopUp Builder App. So this is storing all the data from PopUp Builder App. And then right here, you can see that I have created a data sheet in my Google Sheets account. So you can do the same, and then we do this, and you can insert the header, or you can right here, and then we go continue. Now, once we are done with all the configurations, you can either test your webhook or you can just simply publish it. So let's click on publish and turn on, and it will take a few moments. And now we have our first Zap created. Now let's quickly name our Zap. Let's call it again PopUp Builder App. So now you simply need to copy the URL right here, go back to your notification, paste your webhook, and then write down your email. I'm going to quickly write down mine. And click on update. So you are officially done creating your first pop-up, and now we will learn how to integrate it, migrate it to your WordPress website. Now, in order to configure your pop-up in your WordPress website, you will need to download and activate the plugin. For that, go to plugins, click on add new, and let's quickly search for PopUp Builder App, and here let's install, activate the PopUp Builder, and it is a very lightweight plugin, so it will not decrease your page load or anything else. And now let's go to settings and find the PopUp Builder app right here. Now, in order to display this campaign on your WordPress website, you need to go to the settings API. Here you can see I've already opened the API page, and copy the API, and then in the plugin you need to insert this API key and click on sign in, and you select the campaign. So we have this countdown campaign as we created at the start of the video right here, and now configure the plugin and you are done. Now your notification widget is right here. Now, once you connect your pop-up to your WordPress website, you can see that by default it is disabled. So in order to enable it, you need to click on it and then go to its dashboard on your account, and then click on this change the status. You can do this right away while creating the pop-up. However, I haven't done it, so that's why it was disabled. So you click on change the status, and then you go to the update page, and now let's see how it works on the website. So okay, you can see that it is working right here. Again, you can customize it to your needs, add whatever you want, brand your website, make it match your website and stuff like that, but it works just fine. And also one notice that I want you to know specifically for the countdown type. So make sure that the ending date is properly set, because when the ending date of the pop-up, like when the date is ending, when for example it is set on the 11th of February, on the 11th of February it is not going to show on the page. So make sure that you set the proper timing for your pop-up. So this is it. So this was it for our today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, because I love pop-ups. It's a great concept for your business and your website. And also you can leave in the comments a plugin that you would like us and me specifically to review, and I will do it for you and make sure that it works properly for you to try it. And do not forget to leave a like, hit your notification bell, and did I mention subscribing? Also subscribe, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye!